here is a comment from Luann about selective reduction, which is the practice of multiple pregnancies, having certain babies targeted with the violence of abortion. So let's just say, for example, maybe a mom is pregnant with quadruplets. The doctors say, hey, don't have quadruplets, that's not a good idea. Let's abort 2 of the babies. And then they claim that if you kill 2 and then leave the other 2 growing, that they're going to have a higher chance of survival. Okay, so it is wrong to discriminate against some multiples with this idea like, oh, we'll just kill a few of the multiples, the others have a better turnout. It's not okay to kill multiples. Okay, so Luann has this response to that claim. She says, so deciding to kill one cell so that the rest of them can become humans is wrong? What if they died from being premature and it would have been completely preventable? Okay, so first of all, so deciding to kill one cell. Now, you might think I'm just being annoying for saying this, but it's not one cell anymore. A zygote is one cell. That's right after sperm egg fusion occurs, that's one cell. Right after that, these embryos are rapidly multiplying their cells. They are self-directing their own development. And usually these situations of selective reduction come up with also these ethical complexities of IVF. And these doctors are like, hey, we thought you'd get 1 baby, but you have 4, so let's go ahead and reduce. It's one of the problems here. But these embryos have been human beings from the moment of fertilization. The reason we know that is humans are mammals, and mammals reproduce after their own kind. So when 2 human beings reproduce together, rather if that is the old-fashioned way, or if that is in a lab where sperm and egg are being combined, these are 2 human gamete cells. These are 2 human cells being combined that will create a brand new human being. We each started our development as tiny zygotes. We were all each 1 cell at one point. But being small doesn't take away your humanity. It also doesn't take away your human rights and your right to be safe from violence. Then Luann goes on to claim, what if they died from being premature? It was preventable. So maybe having more babies in the womb, let's just say that example we talked about earlier, we've got the quadruplets, wouldn't it be better to just reduce them? Maybe you reduce the risk of prematurity. No, you can't just destroy a human being. Let's kind of look at that a different way. Let's make an example here. Let's say that you have a friend who has quadruplets, right? She decides to go through the pregnancy, gives birth to 4 healthy babies, and as time goes on, someone suggests, hey, you got quadruplets, and I think it's really hard for you to watch them play outside. I think one of them is going to run in the road and accidentally get hit by a car. So let's go ahead and just take 2 of them out. Let's take them to a take them to a quack doctor and he'll give them some sedative and then we'll kill them as toddlers. Would you support that? I'm guessing not, because most of us are not pro killing toddlers. But we do support in our culture killing humans at other times in development, specifically in the womb. So if it's not okay to kill a child when they are a toddler, simply because they're one of a group of multiples, and some damage could happen to them, or maybe to their siblings because there's so many of them. If that's not okay when they're toddlers, it's also not okay at the earlier part of their human development in the womb. Human beings have a right to be safe from violence. It's a very basic right. This is what we all need to have any other right. We can't access a right to vote, a right to own property, if we are deprived from the right to life. So, all children, including babies in multiple pregnancies, deserve to be safe from abortion. Even if that means that having 4 babies developing, maybe it will lead to a premature birth. I know, speaking from my own experience, I have triplet siblings. They did go to the NICU. They were born at 32 weeks, and they actually did very well. I'm thankful to God for that. Some babies go to the NICU, and sadly, they don't make it, and it's so sad sometimes. That's one of the reasons we need more innovation and more growth in the field of neonatology. Just because science needs to advance more so we can serve babies better and help them to live longer doesn't mean we have a justification to kill them because they might be born early from a large multiple pregnancy. Let's just protect all kids, save all babies. And also let's consider the complexities of IVF and recognize that if you don't want to gestate 10 children, then why is the IVF industry promoting the transfer of 10 human embryos into the womb? That's something that's very common in IVF, is they'll transfer a lot of embryos to see how many implant. And if you're not open to gestating the number of embryos that get transferred in IVF, that is not okay. Let's see why this is so ethically complex. These precious embryos aren't being treated like humans. The IVF industry has a lot of very serious problems, and I think one of the top most serious is this practice of selective reduction.